Hello and welcome to Fresh Perspectives. My name is Gail, and we're going to have a lot of fun today because my guest for the day is a yoga instructor, and she is going to lead us through a yoga session. I'd like you to meet Rachel Tome. Thank you for coming on, Rachel.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh, sure. Now, Rachel's husband is somebody we're going to have on here sometime, too, because he works at the Audubon Society and knows a lot about plants. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have him come on sometime and do a program on plants. And so, Rachel, you are a Kripalu yoga teacher.
Yes.
Now, how did you get interested in learning yoga?
Well, it was after college, and I was living on my own, and my mom and I decided to go to a yoga class together, and I fell in love with it. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of I wasn't really happy with what I had gone to college to be, and I was kind of looking for something else that fit me better. And when I went to that first yoga class, it was just a perfect fit for me. It felt right. And so I soon went and got my yoga teacher certification, and yeah.
The first time I ever had a chance to spend time with yoga teachers when I was young, it felt like coming home for the first time.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So how many years have you been teaching then?
14 years now I've been
14
teaching.
14 years, wow, that's a pretty good long time.
Yes.
Okay, and did you go to a Kripalu yoga retreat to learn?
It was actually a 28-day to get my teacher certification. So I think it was in July of 2004 that I went to Kripalu and lived there for 28 days and got my certification that way. And I've been back many times to take other trainings and
got to keep updated all
you
the
do,
time.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
the great thing about yoga is there's always something new to learn.
Well, it seems to me there seems to be a whole bunch of new kinds of yoga coming up.
Yes.
In recent years. So anyways, this just felt like how you could best serve humanity then.
Yes.
Is through teaching yoga and helping people in that way then.
Yes.
Okay, Rachel and I decided that the way the studio is set up, it might work best if we did something called chair yoga, where we exercise on or with a chair. So basically I'm going to be one of her students today, and she's going to be the teacher, and we're going to lead you through this yoga class. Now, you might want to mention, in case we forget later, you are going to be teaching yoga classes in the Jamestown area in the fall and winter and spring, is it?
Yes, those classes will be at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Jamestown. And they are happening on Wednesday afternoons at 1:30.
Wednesday afternoons at 1:30?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that sounds perfect for retired people then that
That's
maybe
right.
don't have to go to work during the afternoons.
Right.
Okay, how can they get a hold of you if they want to sign up for the class?
I have a website that they're welcome to check out. It's rachelsyoga.com. You can also email me yogabreath@verizon.net and find out about classes that way.
Oh, good. So you have other classes, not just the one in Jamestown.
That's correct, yes.
You teach them at the Audubon.
I teach at Audubon, yes. I teach at a studio in Warren, and I'm just starting classes actually in Warren too at the Jefferson DeFries Family Center, and those will be chair yoga classes as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And explain to the viewing audience why it might be best for some of them to do chair yoga rather than the getting
normal.
down on the floor and
Absolutely.
so forth.
So in my own practice, I've found that, over the years, as my body has gotten older and I'm honoring my body, that I've needed to add some different props into my practice. I started using yoga blocks and the yoga ties.
I'll pick one of the blocks
just to show.
Usually people, you will have a set of 2 foam blocks to use. You can get them anywhere that yoga supplies are sold.
Mm-hmm. And those help to bring the floor closer to you if the floor is very far away. However, I did find that the chair became the next progression in my practice.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like that was the right way to go to honor my body again. For those people that really have a hard time getting up and down off the floor, the chair is such a wonderful way to practice because you don't have to get up and down off the floor. The chair is also used, I'll show you later on in the practice when we stand up, you can hold on to the chair for support in balancing poses and such so that you feel more supported again. Mm-hmm. So the chair is a way to keep your practice safe and comfortable and accessible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then there's yoga straps that you can get. They're usually made of cotton, and they're used like in place of, if you're doing some sort of a stretching exercise or something.
Exactly.
Like you're trying to reach your toes mm-hmm. in a forward bend, but maybe you can't bend that far.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, sometimes you can get them in these really pretty colors too.
Yes.
Well, okay, Rachel. The blankets. Yes, you want to explain the blankets?
Sure, yes. So if you're going to try practicing with us today, you'll need a comfortable chair that you can feel supported in.
With no arms.
Yeah, preferably with no arms. And if you could just grab any old blanket in your house, this can be used in many different ways. Gail and I are starting here seated on it, and that just makes it a little more comfortable when you are seated. In your chair position, you should have this good 90-degree angle with your legs. And because we're all made differently, sometimes that doesn't happen for everyone. You could take your blanket and fold it up and put it under your feet, just to lift the legs a little bit.
And are most of the exercises done seated close to the edge of the chair too then?
Yes, yeah. We'll actually move ourselves away from the back of the chair. And
Okay.
I'll start with that as the very first part of our practice.
Okay. Well, okay, let's get with practicing.
Okay. So again, you'll want to find that comfortable seat. And as Gail mentioned, if you can move yourself away from the back of the chair a little bit, that will give you room to move the spine forward and back and side to side without hitting the back of the chair. And find, again, that good 90-degree angle with your legs. So the top of the legs are parallel with the floor. Your feet are about they're about hip distance apart and parallel with each other. Good, and just allowing the hands to rest on your legs wherever they feel comfortable. Pressing down slightly into your chair, lifting up a little bit through the heart. Yeah, maybe moving the shoulders back and down. Good, we'll just take a moment to close the eyes. And just take a moment to notice. Notice how you're showing up in this moment. Starting with an awareness of your physical body. And notice the state of your mind, whether it's very active or more settled. And notice your energy level. Again, noticing if you're a bit tired or more on the energetic spectrum, end of the spectrum. And as we move through this practice today, please continue to check in and make sure that you're being guided by your comfort. As you move, everything should feel right. If there's a pain in one of the joints, knee or hip or shoulder, I'd ask you to back off. If it's in the muscles, then maybe continue to explore, making sure that the sensation isn't too much, but also not too little. And now let your awareness notice how you're breathing. Notice that you're breathing. We'll begin with a few pranayama or breathing practices. So let's just start by taking a deep breath in and then opening the mouth and making an audible sighing sound. Breathing in through the nose and sighing it out. Let's do that once more. Good. Now take one of your hands and set it on your belly. And the other hand, set it on your chest. We're going to begin to breathe in with the diaphragm. So I sometimes call this the belly breath. So now as you breathe in through the nose, unless you're congested, try to bring the breath below the ribs so that you feel the hand on your belly rising. And as you exhale, feel that hand on the belly lowering. As you inhale, belly gently rising. And exhale, belly moving back towards the spine. As you breathe in and feel the belly rise, feel the spine lengthen. And as you exhale and feel the belly soften, let your body relax into that support of the chair. So just one more time, inhale, feel the belly rise. And exhale, belly moving back towards the spine. Good, and then let your hands release, letting them rest on your legs, or maybe dangle, rest in the lap. Good, and now we'll move into a breath called samavriti in Sanskrit, which means equal breath, keeping the inhale and the exhale the same length. So I'm going to lead you in a few breaths, breathing into 5 and then exhaling to 5. If you find that that's too long, then modify. You could breathe in for 4 and out for 4, or in for 3 and out for 3. So on your next inhale, breathing again through the nose unless you're congested, we'll breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more, breathing in. And breathing out. Good. Let go of controlling your breath for a moment. Just take a natural breath in and out. And finally, we'll do one more short breathing practice. This one involves a very long exhale, so we'll add a sound to it, a hissing sound. And if you can, make it last as long as possible. So we'll breathe in through the nose, and then exhale out the mouth with that good. Breathe in through the nose. And hissing exhalation. Good. One more. Inhale through the nose. Beautiful. Let go of controlling your breath once again. Just take a natural breath in and out. And notice again the physical body, the state of your mind, your energy level. And gently bring the palms of the hands together at the heart center. This is known as Anjali Mudra. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Reflect on how you'd like to feel at the end of this practice. And you could set an intention for yourself saying, during this practice of yoga, I will stay present to my breath. Or during this practice of yoga, I will release tension in my shoulders. So set your own intention. And then go ahead and release your hands. Let the chin drop towards the chest. And let your eyes slowly flutter open. And then gently lift your head back up. Good, so we're going to begin with some joint movements, warming up the whole body. We'll start with the feet and we'll end with our head. So just start by just tapping your feet. Just tap them around on your mat, any way that feels good. Good, and then let the feet come to stillness. And as you inhale, lift the heels. And then exhale and lower. So see now if you can connect again to that breath. As you inhale, you feel the belly rise. And as you exhale, feel the belly lower. Good, let's do one more. Inhale, lifting the heels. And exhale, lower. Good, now see if you can inhale and lift your toes up. And then exhale, lower. Again, inhale. And exhale, lower. Once more, inhale, lifting the toes. Exhale, lower. Good. Now extending the legs out or the feet out in front of you a little bit so that the toes are lifted. The knees are still going to be bent here. Let's not hyperextend the legs. So just rotating the feet around so we're rotating the ankles and then go in the other direction. Beautiful. Come to stillness and scrunch your toes, curling them in towards the balls of the feet. And then spread your toes as wide apart as you can. Let's do that again. Curl the toes in and then spread them wide apart. Excellent. Step the feet in. Again, finding that good seated chair position with the legs. And let the knees just move a little side to side. Beautiful. Good. Come back to stillness. Step your feet just a little bit wider apart. Have the hands braced on my legs here. We're going to bring the spine forward a little bit. Circle it around towards the back of the chair and then forward again. We'll just do a few of these. Circling around the pelvis. We're starting to warm up the hips. We're moving the spine. Good. And then take it in the other direction. Beautiful. Coming back into stillness. Step the feet back so they're at hip distance apart and parallel. Good, take a breath in and scrunch the shoulders up to the ears, really pulling them up. Exhale maybe out the mouth and just the shoulders down. Good, again, scrunching the shoulders. Exhale. Beautiful. Now inhale, move the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Good, exploring the movement of your shoulders here. Inhaling forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Now the other way. Inhale, back, up. Exhale, forward and down. One more. Inhale, back, up. Exhale, forward and down. Beautiful. Just find a good place for the shoulders to rest. Down, slightly back. Beautiful. And pick up the hands now. Spread your fingers wide and move the wrists around. A few times in one direction. And then a few times in the other direction. Excellent. And then just let your hands be floppy. Shake the fingers around. Maybe a little bit up and down, and then side to side. Beautiful. And then let your hands rest. Excellent. Now we're going to move up into the face. So make a pruny face. Just scrunch up the face. And then open the eyes, open the mouth, big open face. Good. Prune. and big open face. Excellent. Now move the jaw side to side. Excellent. Come to stillness. Take your fingers and like little raindrop taps, just tap around the face, maybe the crown of the head, back of the head. Again, just little raindrop taps. And then finally, we'll finish this. Take your fingertips and just give a little tug on the ears, starting at the top and working your way down to the lobes of the ears. Maybe do that one more time. Work from the top. Just a little tug, little squeeze down to the lobes. Excellent. Let your hands rest. Close your eyes. And take a moment to pause and feel what we've done so far. We started with the feet and we worked our way up, knees, the hips, the spine, the shoulders, the wrists, the hands, the face and jaw. So notice what we've done so far. Now we're going to come back to the spine and do a little bit more work with some spinal warm-ups. So bracing your hands on your legs wherever they feel comfortable, on your thighs or your knees. As you inhale, press the spine forward, so towards me. Yep, and then as you exhale, press your spine towards the back of your chair, the chin towards the chest. So we'll inhale and come forward, and then exhale and round. So if you do traditional yoga on the mat, you might have heard your teacher call this the cat and cow. We're doing a seated cat and cow. Excellent. Exhale one more time, rounding into the body. Good, and then find that neutral place with the spine. Yep. Reach the arms out to the side. We're going to be bent at the elbows. This is sometimes called goalpost position or cactus position. So inhale here, lift through the heart a little bit, and then as you exhale, turn to one side. So we're just coming into a little bit of a spinal twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn to the other side. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Being guided by your comfort, guided by your breath. Beautiful. Inhale to center. Exhale, release the arms. Beautiful. So we've moved the spine forward and back, twist side to side. Now we'll do a side stretch. So just allowing one arm to dangle alongside your chair. You could even hold on to your chair if that felt good. We're going to inhale and reach the other arm up, so straight up, and then a little bit of an arc over. So again, either letting that hand dangle towards the floor or maybe hold on to your chair. Take a breath. And let it go. Good. Inhale, reach that arm up, and exhale, release. Excellent. Let's try it the other side. So let the other arm either dangle or find your chair. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, arc over. Good. Take a full breath in here, maybe feeling the ribs expand here on this open side. Good. And we'll release by inhaling, reaching that arm up. Good. Let the hands rest. Close your eyes. Take a moment to focus on the spine. Any sensations you've awakened there. This pausing in between movements is very much a Kripalu yoga teaching style. We take that time to connect to the sensations in our body, reconnect to our breath, so that we're still staying in the moment. So now we're going to do some arm movements with the breath. So typical that sun breath that we often see in our yoga classes, but really connecting it to the breath. So allowing the arms to dangle. As you begin your next inhale, let the arms reach out to the side and up overhead. Stop when you stop inhaling, and then when you start exhaling, lower the arms. So maybe it would feel good to close the eyes for a few rounds of sun breath. Really focusing on connecting this movement of the arms to your breath. The inhale lifts the arms overhead, and the exhale lowers the arms back down. Excellent. The next time that you exhale, And lower the arms down. Let them stay down. Maybe rest the hands on your legs. But we're going to open the feet up a little bit wider apart again. And we're going to come into a forward fold. So at this point, you'll want to make sure that you're seated forward enough in your chair that as you come forward, the bottom of the chair isn't going to hurt your legs in any way. So make sure that you just pay attention to that. So we're going to inhale and reach the arms forward and up. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, swing the arms forward and then behind you. So pressing into the feet, strong core, inhale, lift up, arms reach overhead. Good, exhale, hinging at the hips, sweeping the arms behind. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. Good, strong core, press into the feet, come all the way back up. Excellent, and we'll step the feet in again. Now we'll add arm movements to that cat and cow movement with the spine. So as you inhale, reaching the arms out wide to the side. As you exhale, give yourself a hug. Bring one arm on top of the other and a little bit of that rounding into the body. Inhale, arms wide, lifting through the heart. This time as you exhale, bring the other arm on top. Give yourself a hug. Good. Let's do two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Beautiful. Release the arms. Come up to that long, tall spine. Close your eyes. Take a moment to check in. Even recall that intention that you set for yourself for this practice of yoga. Good, now we'll come into some movements with the legs, again, moving with the breath. So we're going to begin by bringing one knee up towards the chest. And you could maybe grasp around the shin or around the thigh, wherever's comfortable for you. So maybe this will be our exhale, pulling the knee up towards the chest. And then as you inhale, extend the leg out, hold underneath the leg. Yep, so exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend the leg out. One more. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend the leg out. Beautiful. Set that leg down. We'll switch sides. So bringing the other knee towards the chest. Exhale, really pull the knee in, lifting tall. Inhale, extend the leg out. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extending leg out. Good, one more. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extending. Beautiful, set that foot down. We'll go back to the first side. So again, we're going to pull knee to chest. And then see if you can set that ankle on the opposite knee or thigh. So this is a seated pigeon stretch. This is a hip opener. And if this is too much for you, you could modify and just set your ankle on top of the other ankle. Okay, so that's one modification you can make. If you can, hold on to your foot or your ankle and the other hand is on your knee. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Come forward, being guided by your comfort. Good, let's try it again. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, hinge forward. Good, inhale, tall. Exhale, hinging forward. Each time you come forward, maybe you go a little deeper. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, we'll set that foot down. And then switch sides. So bringing the other knee towards the chest. And then setting that ankle on the opposite knee or thigh. Good, remember that modification. If this is too much sensation in your hip, set your ankle on top of the other ankle. Hand on knee and ankle or foot. Inhale, lifting tall. Exhale, be guided by your comfort as you come forward. Inhale. Exhale. Good, and one more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, setting that foot down gently. Let your hands rest. Close your eyes and take a moment to check in, to reconnect to the breath, to the sensations in your body, to that intention. Good. Now, as we've warmed up the legs and the arms and the spine, we're going to come into a seated sun salutation. So kind of putting together all of these movements. And I'll guide you through this. It's a very easy kind of movement. So we'll begin with the palms together at the heart. Good. On your next inhale, reach the arms forward and up, even looking up. Good. Exhale, bring the hands to your knees and fold forward. If you wanted to, you could let the arms dangle and keep folding forward. Then bring the hands back to the legs, strong core as you lift yourself all the way up. Good. Inhale, bring knee to chest. Exhale, lower. Other side, inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, little cat. Exhale, cow. Good. Inhale, lifting tall. Exhale, lead with the heart as you fold forward. Again, keeping the hands here or letting the arms dangle. Good. Hands come back to the legs. Inhale, sit tall. Reach the arms forward, looking up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Pause and feel this chair Surya Namaskar. And releasing the hands, opening the eyes. So we're going to come up to standing now. Are you ready for that, Gail?
I think so.
Okay, so we're going to come up and we're going to take our chairs and just move them all the way to the top of the mat.
Oops.
I know, we're going to have to watch
Got to
these.
be careful here because of the microphones. Oh, I guess.
There you go.
Took me a minute to figure out how.
Okay, so we're actually
Okay.
going to be holding on to the back of the chair. So you're facing the back of your chair now. And just make sure you're standing in a place that you can set your hands on your chair for support, okay? Looking down at your feet, again, have them hip distance apart and parallel with each other. Beautiful. And then holding onto your chair, as you inhale, lift up onto the tippy toes. And then exhale and lower the heels down. Let's try it again. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Good. Now try the toes. Inhale, lifting the toes up. So you're rocking back into the heels. Exhale, lower. Once more. Inhale, lifting the toes. And exhale, lower. Now take a moment to feel your big toe, your little toe, and the heel of your foot, really, really pressing into your mat, into the floor, giving you that kind of tripod of support on each foot, okay? Then moving up from the feet to the knees, make sure they're not locked back in place, that there's just a little micro bend there, yep? The tailbone is in a neutral place, so no cow or cat here, but right in the middle. The shoulders move up towards the ears, and then back, and then down. Good. If you're okay releasing your chair, let the arms dangle. So this is known as mountain stance or Tadasana. I always tell my yoga students this is a great pose to practice when you're standing in line at the store, because nobody has to know you're practicing yoga, but you are. And it's a good awareness of how you're standing. Great, so holding on to the chair again, we're going to take just one step back with one foot, and then one step back with the other foot. So we're not too far away from our chair. Yep. Perfect. And then just a little bend in the knees so that you can lean forward and hold on to your chair. So again, we're going to try that cow and cat, but now with the idea of working with our core muscles. So as you inhale, find that kind of sway back, letting the belly drop a little bit. And then as you exhale, arch the back, but really pull the core muscles towards the spine. So as you inhale and move belly towards your mat, let that relax completely. And then as you exhale, pull the spine, belly towards the spine, strong core muscles. Let's do that once more. Inhale. Yep, exhale. Beautiful. Good, and then releasing the core muscles. We'll take it slow here so that we don't trip ourselves with these wires, but see if you can take another step back with each foot. So we're going to come into a chair downward facing dog. In this pose, you'll want to reach back through the tailbone so that you have a flat back here. This is a great stretch for the arms and the shoulders, so if you can straighten your arms.
I think I'm a little bit too close to the chair.
Too close. We'll go ahead and take another step back.
Okay.
Yep. So you still want the feet under the hips. The hips want to really reach back here so that we get this long, flat back. Remember, you can bend your knees a little bit if that's too much sensation, and try to let the head drop in between the arms. Good, and take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. And then on your next inhale, carefully walk yourself forward again to your chair so that you're standing right behind it. Good. Did that you've done down dog before on a mat?
Yes, down dog is one of my favorite poses.
Yeah. And it's so nice to do it with a chair. Very accessible for everyone. And something you could do at a desk, just holding on to a desk when you're taking a little break from desk work.
Downward facing dog is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
it's kind of like if you can't do a shoulder stand or a headstand, you get all the benefits.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a good
for a downward dog.
Bone building, strength building for the bones. It's an anti-aging pose.
Reverses gravity. They claim that when you reverse gravity, you reverse the aging process.
Absolutely, yes. So let's try another pose. This is known as locust or shalabhasana. We're going to take one leg and just bring it a little bit behind, maybe resting on your toes. And then bring the opposite arm from the leg. So the opposite arm, reach it up. Good. Now as you inhale, you might lift your toes off your mat and everything reaches back just a little bit. Good. And then exhale and release, lowering that arm, stepping that foot in. Good. So this is a pose that's typically done lying down on your belly.
Stomach.
Exactly.
Yes.
But we're getting, again, all of the benefits of this pose.
Without
except for maybe
having
that
to get
pressure
down, without having to get down on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
So now the other leg is going to take that little step back. You're resting on your toes. Opposite arm reaches overhead. Good. As you inhale, you might lift your toes, but just make sure that feels right. And the arm might reach back just a little bit. Excellent. And then exhale and release.
This is a lot easier than doing it laying on your stomach. Sometimes I feel weird doing those kinds of
Those poses definitely have benefits.
On the stomach, when you're laying on your stomach, it's harder to do and harder to breathe.
Absolutely, yes. So let's try a little bit of work with kind of a lunge pose or a warrior stance. And add a little bit of a twist in there. So again, we'll take one leg and step it back. This time it's going to go pretty far back so that front leg is bent at the knee. So this is that stretch you can feel in the back of the leg that's stepped back. Again, be guided by your comfort. If it's too much, step it in a little bit. If it's not enough, step it back farther. Okay? Good. Now, the knee that's bent, we're going to set the opposite arm, maybe the forearm or just the hand on the chair, and the same side as your bent knee, bring that hand to your hip. That's right. And then just to add a little bit of a turn towards that bent knee, maybe even looking over your shoulder. Take a breath. Let it go. Beautiful. And then turn yourself again to face your chair. Hold on with both hands and step that back foot in. Good. If you need to shake out your legs a little bit, you could do that. And then other side. So we'll step the other foot back, pretty far back there. Front knee is bent over the ankle. Make sure it's safe. Good. Make sure that back leg is stepped back far enough. Not too little, not too much. Good. And then resting your hand or your forearm on your chair, the opposite arm of your bent knee. And then the hand, same side as the bent knee, that hand will come to your hip. Good. Allow the torso to turn towards that bent knee, maybe even allowing your eyes to look over your shoulder. Full breath here. And then again, releasing, turning back to face your chair, both hands on your chair, step that back foot in. Maybe shake it out a little. Okay, let's situate ourselves so that we can turn the chair and bring it a little bit more into the middle of the mat. We're going to stand to each side of our chair now. Beautiful. And you might just set your blanket off to the side. Excellent. So standing to the side of your chair, again, let your hand just rest.
Should I be on the same side of the chair as you are?
Nope, you're fine there.
Okay.
Just turn yourself so that the side of your body is next to your chair. Perfect. And the one hand can rest there. Now, find again that mountain stance. So if you look down at your feet, they're hip distance apart. You have your big toe, little toe, heel of the foot pressing. That micro bend, hips neutral, shoulders back and down. Then from mountain, lean into the leg that's closest to your chair. And see if you can let the leg that's farther from the chair just swing a little bit, back and forth. Excellent. Come into stillness. And set that foot down. Bring the weight equal into both legs again. Good. And then we'll practice a tree pose here. So again, leaning the weight into the leg closest to your chair. Lift that outer foot up. Turn the knee out to the side and then place the sole of the foot against your ankle. Or if you felt okay there, you could lift it up a little higher. You could even help yourself with your hand if you liked to that inner thigh. Good. If you felt balanced here, you might try releasing your chair, but it's always there if you need it. You could even lift the other arm up or both. Excellent. Exhaling, releasing the arm. Releasing that leg, so turn the knee in and then release your foot down. Again, if you wanted to give the legs a little shake. And then bring yourself around to the other side of your chair. Beautiful. So just take a moment to find that mountain stance so that you're standing well, holding onto your chair for support. And then leaning the weight into the leg closer to the chair and swinging that outer leg just really gently forward and back. This is a great way to relax the hip. Excellent. Come into stillness. Set your foot down. Find that equal weight between the legs, between the feet. Good. And then again, we'll lean the weight into the leg closer to the chair. Lift your foot up. Turn the knee out and then place the sole of the foot against your ankle so that your toes could still help you with balance, or up a little higher, or even help yourself to that inner thigh. Good. And again, find a position for the arms. You could lift one arm up or out to the side, or half Anjali Mudra. Excellent. To release, again, we'll bring that knee in and then set the foot down. Beautiful. Shake out the legs if you need to. And then we're going to have a seat again in our chairs. If you want to turn it back, kind of how we started on our mats, you might grab your blanket. Again, just have that little fold under the hips. It can help make it a little more comfortable to sit. Excellent. How you feeling?
Good.
Good. Great, great. So we're going to close with a few forward folds and a spinal twist before we come into a relaxation. So again, just check in, make sure that you're in your good seated chair position, and then extending one leg out in front, so just one. Now again, we don't want to make that leg completely straight. Bring a little bend into the knee, again, so that helps to keep the knee safe. And if you can, lift your toes, so your toes are lifted up. Bring the other hand, both hands onto the other leg. Inhale, lift through the heart. And as you exhale, begin to hinge at the hips and fold forward. So we're looking for a nice stretch, sensations in the back of this straight leg. Folding forward is very calming for the nervous system. Beautiful. On your next inhale, press your hands into that bent leg and lift the torso up. Good. Step your foot in. And then switch sides, extending the other leg out. Again, just to keep the knee safe here. Make sure that the leg isn't completely straight. You have that little bend in the knee. Now both hands to the other leg, the bent leg. Inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, leading with the heart, hinging at the hips, folding forward, but remember to be guided by your comfort. Good, so I'm keeping my head up to talk, but you're welcome to allow the head to fold forward. Good, full breath in. And full breath out. Good, pressing the hands into your leg. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Good, and exhale, step that foot in. Beautiful. Now once again, we're going to step the feet out into a wide stance. And we'll be folding forward again, holding this time in our forward fold. So let's start with the hands on the legs. Inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, hinging at the hips and folding forward. So you could keep your hands here. Maybe it would be more comfortable to bring your elbows onto your legs. Or, again, you could allow the arms to dangle towards your mat, hands towards your mat, and let the head hang heavy. Just taking a moment to breathe mindfully here. Feel the breath in your low back. Good. Now, if you have the arms dangling, bring your hands back to your legs. And as you inhale, press your hands into the legs, lift up, strong core. Beautiful. Step the feet back in. They're hip distance apart. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, turn to one side. One hand comes to the opposite knee or thigh, and the other hand finds a part of your chair. That could be the side of your chair, that could be the top of your chair, could be the bottom of your chair. But using the chair in a way to help you get into a spinal twist that feels delicious. Again, you might turn your eyes to look over that shoulder. Use an inhale here to really lengthen the spine. Exhale to move a little bit deeper into your twist. And then inhale, gently release, turning back to face forward. Good, and of course, what we do on one side, we always do to the other. So take a breath in, lengthening. Exhale, again, now the other hand comes to the opposite knee or thigh. Use your hand to find a place to hold on to your chair, a place that feels comfortable to you, that allows you to get into this twist in a deeper way that's safe for you. Good, and using your next inhale to gently release, turning back to face forward. Good, take a moment to close your eyes. And before we come into relaxation, where we just allow the body to absorb all the benefits of our practice, notice if you need to move your body in any other way, or if there's a part of the body that didn't get enough attention or enough movement. And give yourself permission to move in any last ways. And then we'll close with just a short relaxation. So I'm actually going to pull my blanket around. I find it really comfortable to set it on my belly. We're going to lean back now. So scoot yourself back in your chair so that you can lean back and use the back of the chair for support. Just setting this folded blanket on your belly maybe and the arms on top of this blanket. Or if you felt chilly at all, you could cover yourself. These blankets are a little bit scratchy, but if you had a softer blanket, you could roll it a little bit and put it around your neck, and that's a nice support for the chair. So I know relaxation is a little bit different resting in a chair, but as long as you can use your awareness to really allow the body to relax, it can work just as well as lying down. So extend your legs out in a comfortable place. Maybe let the knees fall out to the side or the toes fall out to the side. Again, resting the arms. Good. Maybe pulling the elbows back just a little bit so they hang underneath the shoulders. Letting the chin lower towards the chest and closing your eyes. So in this last part of our practice, all you need to do is let the physical body relax. And see if you can allow your mind to relax. But stay awake and aware. So this relaxation is different than sleep because we try to stay awake and aware, but completely relaxed. Feeling the effects of your practice, that integration of body, mind, breath, and awareness. Notice the next breath you take in. And the next breath you exhale. And the next time you breathe in, make it just a slightly fuller breath. And open the mouth, sigh it out. And then bring some movement into the fingers, wiggling the fingers. Maybe wiggling the toes, adding the toes. Maybe turning the head a little side to side. And as you feel ready, bring yourself back into good seated chair position. You're welcome to move the blanket around if that feels good to sit on. Excellent. So we'll close here with another breathing practice known as Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. I'll lead you in just a few rounds. This is an excellent breathing technique to close your practice because it helps to rebalance both the right and left sides of the body, the right and left hemispheres of the brain. So taking your hand, usually it's the right hand, and closing off the right nostril with your thumb. Exhale out the left, and then inhale through the left. Good, then use your fingers to close the left, open the right, exhale. Inhale through the right, and then switch to the other. So closing the right, opening the left, exhale. Inhale. And switch to the other. So sometimes it's helpful to remember the letters E, I, O. Exhale, inhale, other. And the next time you exhale through the left nostril, release your hand. Take a full breath through both nostrils. And then feel free to keep your eyes closed, but let your awareness become a little more external so that you can take in this reading. This is a poem called Yoga. It is by Dana Falls, and from her book, Poems from the Heart of Yoga, Go In and In. Yoga is not about the pose. It's not the alignment of toes or hips or shoulders. It's not about the form. Yoga is an invitation to explore, not a command performance. It speaks the language of the soul. In the flow of breath and motion, yoga coaxes us from the confines of the known across the silent threshold into vastness. Yoga is the union of prayer and movement, guided from inside. It is healing and the joy of saying yes to life. Breathe, relax, and feel the body receive its own truth. The seed of freedom flowers within each of us whenever we are open to what's real. So gently joining the palms of the hands together at the heart center. And we'll close with an Om. If you'd like to join me, we'll take a breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. May peace surround you. May peace fill your heart. And may you be an instrument of peace. Bowing your head over your hands, take this moment to honor yourself. Honor yourself for taking this time to practice yoga. And when you feel ready, let your eyes flutter open and gently lift your head up. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you again for this special treat on this episode of Fresh Perspectives.
Absolutely. And thank you again for having me.
You're welcome. And I'll see the rest of you in the viewing audience on the next episode in a couple of weeks.